All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Sip Fearlessly. I've been sipping too much. Oh, my God. We're having such a good time. We are holding our live Women's History Month, Women's Empowerment Month. I mean, it's Women's Month all the time, in my opinion, but we are heavily focusing on it this month. Before we wrapped up the month, we definitely wanted to make sure that we highlighted, some extraordinary women, some powerful women in the industry, in their respective industries. So, we love this. So definitely, I miss my days of holding women empowerment events. So I was like, I gotta do something. So we're here today. So shout out to everyone who's watching on IG Live. Also shout out to our caterer, Charisse. I will tag her on the food because she always comes through and it's amazing and yummy, delicious. So definitely hit her up. Shout out to Vodkila for the sponsorship. These are my candles too. If y'all want to get sexy with it in your house, definitely cop one.
They smell good.
Yes. And I'm Sue Fearless.
And I'm Gigi.
And I'm Gigi. And we're sisters and we make up, SIP, which is Sisters in Power. Yes. And we're excited to be on this journey with all of you. And we appreciate all of you for tapping in. I saw some of my folks tapping in. Shout out to Meg for tapping in on the IG. But yes. So we have another amazing guest, which I have had the honor of interviewing in the past as well. So I'm so happy to have her back, and she has her new single out, and she's just doing amazing things. And I just love everything that you stand for.
Thank you.
Yes. So I definitely wanted to get you in this month. I was like, oh, we have to do it. So I'm happy that you're here.
I'm glad. Yes. Thank you for having me. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and a little bit about your background and history, and then we'll dive into the questions.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Vina Love, the Harlem Princess. If you don't know, now you do. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, choreographer, actress, director, editor, philanthropist. I could keep going on and on and on because, we pack all these lives into one. That's how you're supposed to live.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also the daughter of DJ Kid Capri. And, I'm just out here carrying my own wave. And I'm a Harlem baby. And I'm a grown woman now, so I'm excited for this conversation. We can talk for real. We can have a real conversation. I'm excited.
Yes, I love it. Well, you've been doing amazing things.
Thank you.
Yes, and one thing that caught my attention recently, before we dive into your new single, is you have been speaking up about the pressures of being in the industry, and just looking at everybody, what everybody is doing, and just trying making sure you follow your own path and you stay true to yourself. So let's talk a little bit about that and the pressures that you face in the industry.
Well, I'm a woman.
That's enough.
We're gonna cut it off right there. Well, I'm a woman, and then I'm a black woman, and then I'm a daughter of a celebrity already. So it kind of makes it a little kind of crazy. And then I'm from Harlem, one of the most judgiest places of all time. And then I have my own morals and beliefs, so I tend to not do what most, I don't want to say most, but what other women are put into the forefront right now. So that's a challenge in itself too, just trying to be respected and want people to follow what you're doing. You want to have an impact on people, but you want it to be your impact, not the impact of what everybody else is doing. So you tend to not, get booked for certain things like that. So it's challenging in so many different areas, but I did realize that it doesn't matter what the challenge around me is. It's the challenge that I'm being given by Jehovah God. So once I stick to that and I remember all right, get out your feelings, girl, stay focused. None of the challenges really matter too much for real, because it's really my world. I created my world, so like it or love it, I'm gonna do what I want. So that's pretty much where I am right now.
But I respect that you're being vocal about it, because it is a conversation that's needed.
Yeah.
Because we tend to follow the drama, the entertainment, the trends and things like that, and it's no, but there's so many people that have value that in their artistry that are doing so many amazing things. Why aren't we tapping in?
I'm not mad at the world, because the world follows example. We follow what we think is fire. So if you have an abundance of nonsense that's fire right now, that's what people are going to follow. Right. If you don't have a good example of the fireness in life, you're not going to follow that. You only see 4 or 5 people being good people, and you're oh, that's cool, I'd rather be a villain. Right. And it's nah, I can't fall into that, because I know what comes with it later on in life. So what you said is absolutely correct.
Yeah. So I commend you for that because
Thank you.
we do need to have those conversations. So how do you maintain, speaking of this, how do you maintain authenticity in your music while still meeting some expectations of your audience and the record label?
That's a wonderful question. It's a little difficult because you want to appeal. You want to appeal to the people that are listening to you and the people that don't know you. Right. But it's like, damn, like, I don't sound like that. Like, I don't talk like that. Like, it's just certain things I don't do. So I'm like, all right, let me just go in the studio and be as unique and creative as I possibly can. Like, whatever I think won't work, let me try it because it might work. And for the past 2 weeks, I've been booked for 2 10-hour sessions, and every session has been that. Like, anything I thought that wasn't gonna work, if I just gave it a chance, it turned into the best thing ever. So if I just keep with that, then I kind of really don't. You're either gonna hear the music and be like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air, or you're gonna be like, damn, she sound like, and I don't want that. So I'm just, going with the breath of fresh air.
Creating
vibes.
your own way, just like you said at the beginning.
Just going with my vibes,
Exactly, and you have your audience, and your audience fucks with you, so you want to give them the best of you, your authentic self. Yeah, absolutely. What role does self-care play, because I've heard you talk about that too, self-care, self-love, in managing the pressures of being an artist, and how do you prioritize your well-being amidst like a demanding schedule?
I think the first part of self-care for the entire world to understand, self-care is not a general thing. Self-care is literally like yourself. Like, what is self-care to you? What makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm chilling right now? Like, is there a certain person you need to be around? Is there a certain thing you need to be doing? It's not just massages and trips and vacations. It's a little deeper than that. Self-care goes back into the discussion you were having earlier, like even down to your finances, like really sitting down and being like, damn, not this weekend. Like, let me just chill out this weekend. And I think things like, for me, being in the studio is self-care. I can sit in the studio for hours and hours and hours. A normal person can't do that. That's not self-care to them. That's work to them. For me, that's where I'm chilling. I can wear what I want. I can say what I want. If I want to roll up, I can. Whatever it is, that's my safe space to be whoever I want to be. So I think that's the biggest part of self-care. With me, it happens to work out because that goes hand in hand with my job. My self-care goes hand in hand with what I do for a living. So it kind of works out for me. But if you're not a person that's in the industry and you're really just trying to figure out what you like, spend some time alone. And I had to learn that. Like, I was a girl that was like, no, I don't want to be by myself. I want to be in a relationship. I want friends. And the minute I got everybody away from me and I had all this time on my hands, I really got to like just chill.
Wow.
Like, I'm just chilling. Like, I don't got to pick up the phone. I don't got to drive nobody nowhere. I don't got to. And that was my self-care moments of like really just being in my bed and not having to answer to nobody. And then knowing that I have a demanding schedule the next day and the next day, let me chill on this day. Yes. So that's where like a lot of my self-care comes from.
And I love that you share that because I feel like, this generation right now, it is a lot of that. It is a lot of being around people all the time.
Social
all the time. And what is your man's doing? What you doing? And then everybody's tracking each other's location.
Yeah. Showing out and about and all of that.
And it's like, all right, take a break. Take a little time out, So I think it's great that you share that because you taking the time to be by yourself is helping you not only with your self-care, but it's also helping you be in connection with yourself and understanding yourself.
And find the people that make you feel like, oh, like when I'm with you, I'm really being me. Like I don't gotta think about. It's almost like that new saying, like on social media, where it's like, when I'm with my man, I don't use my brain. And like to another person, like, you don't use your brain. Right. But it's like when you are around a person that when I'm with my older brother, I don't gotta think too hard. I don't gotta think about pumping the gas. I don't gotta think about buying this. I don't gotta So find those people where you're with them and you're just you. You could be as relaxed as you can, because when you go back to the socials and everybody else, you gotta sturdy back up. So it's like you need those moments of breaks, or you're just gonna overload yourself and you're gonna be stressed out.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. So how do you deal with criticism and negative feedback?
I don't. I don't care what you said, sis. I'm her. Right. Cry to your mommy, okay?
Well, there you go.
I don't. I mean, for real, all jokes aside though. If something does bother me, I just run to my mom. Because she's going to tell me like, girl, you bugging out. Or she's going to be like, oh, well, you should have never did.
Right.
Like, you know, so I run to the person that's going to tell me like the right thing I need to hear.
Right, yes.
But for the most part, I kind of learned to like brush it off a little bit. I think I take more offense to the hidden things that people don't see. Like the behind the scene things that I see people do, that takes more of a toll on my emotions.
Right.
Because it's something that I can't like come out and say that a person did. Like I can't, like, you know, a lot of times other people will see it like, oh, she did something funny. She did something funny to Vina.
Right.
A lot of times it be in secret. Right. And those are the times where it overwhelms me. Where it's like, damn, nobody know that you just did some crazy and I got to hold it down.
Right.
And I just got to get back later in a more positive way. That's when I become emotional. But other than that, I'd be all right.
And I understand that because that's like people that are around you, and it's like you don't want to have people like that around you.
Yeah,
So.
and then you don't want to be a liability. Like you don't want to react in a way where people are like, "Oh, that's how she is," and it's like, "Nah, you don't even know what this person just did to me." But you don't have enough time to explain that. Like, so
that's
you got to just hold it down,
part.
like not say nothing and just move with a certain type of grace, like, you know.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah,
like having that self-restraint and not acting up when they deserve it. That's the hardest part. But you know, that's why we work on ourselves, right? Like we've been talking about. Okay, so those moments don't, you know,
and you're doing a good
don't
job.
make us tweak.
You're doing a very good job.
Thank you.
A lot of people your age would not speak like this right now.
It's absolutely true. So, you know, speaking of that, and I know you're like always a supporter of female empowerment. What inspired you to become a supporter of female empowerment in the music industry?
I was raised with boys, and when I went out to the street and I saw how girls treated each other, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why are y'all so evil? Like, what's the problem? And then I always went through all these different friend groups where we weren't really friends. This girl was jealous of this person, or this person wanted something that this person, like it was never like straight up just friends. And I feel like within the music industry, you're not gonna be friends with all these people, but what's the harm in just being cool? Right. Like, what's the harm in just, I feel like it's harder to be mean. Like it's harder to put more energy into like, I don't like that girl. Like it's so much more energy when you're just like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Exactly. I like your outfit. And that alone brings the empowerment in itself. It don't have to be group chats and dinners and all the time. It's just as simple as being a kind heart, a kind soul, somebody that somebody could reach out to and have a conversation with or do business with and not feel uncomfortable. So I think within the industry, knowing that the world is so shady when it comes to women, we treat each other so crazy, I already know the industry is way worse because there's men in it that's turning us against each other as well.
Yeah. Right.
There's money in it. It's the outfits. Somebody want this more than that person. Who sings better? Who raps better? Who dated this man? Who dated the better man? So it's this constant competition all the time. And it's like when all these lights and everything come off, we actually don't compete. Like there's nothing for us to compete about. Right. So why hate you and why beef with you on camera?
So you're meeting a lot of resistance when it comes to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody is about women empowerment.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's normal. But I feel like you in control of you, and that's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So how do you use your platform as an artist to advocate, or do you use your platform as an artist to advocate for like gender equality? I know you do for empowerment, but do you for gender equality as well?
For gender equality, I don't usually, well, for people who don't know, I don't usually speak on the political side or on, you know, like just any of those topics because I'm a Libra, so I can understand from every aspect.
I knew it.
But in a conversation with other people, it's not easy to have those conversations with people that are like one-sided or just have their, you know, so I tend to not even have those kind of conversations. I know where I stand. I feel like at the end of the day, it's never going to be equal. That's just not, it's not. Because where there's good, there's bad. So where you think it's going to be 100% equal, you would have to literally round up every single person on earth and change their mindset to make it that way. So I don't even want to speak about it.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that. Do you feel like the music industry can better support female empowerment?
Yeah, absolutely.
And female artists?
I think the music industry can, but I think the problem is that it's about the human race more than it is about the industry. So that's the problem. If everybody just focused on being a better person within themselves, if everybody was to do that, then that solves the problem.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. So what advice would you give like young women aspiring to pursue a career in the music industry?
Be yourself, because people gonna judge you no matter what. Like, you could walk in a room and not have said nothing to nobody, and people already have a perception of you. That's life.
That is true.
The best thing you could do for yourself is walking in that room as you, in the fit that you like, and the perfume you like, and the hairstyle you like, speaking the language you like, because people are gonna judge you off of you being you. If you're being somebody else, now you feeling like, damn, you judging me, and that's not even me. Now you feel crazy. That's your fault. So you have to show up as you every time, so that no matter what happens or what occurs, you could stand on it and you could sleep at night saying, like, I made that decision. That's what I wanted. Also, too, be stern in your beliefs. Like, if you don't like something, you don't like it. And just because somebody said it different, that doesn't mean you like it now. It's still the same thing. You don't like it. So stand on that. And where you hear no, there's yeses in other places. So it's okay if you heard that no, because you can hear that yes later on, just because you stuck to what you felt. And I think as women, we're constantly growing. We're constantly going through these different phases in our lives. We're dating, we're losing friends, we're gaining friends, new job, this, that, and the third. So we're reinventing over and over. I'm only 27, and I've been 100 different people within the past 2 weeks. So it gets crazy, and you have to learn how to just ground yourself and just keep the good people around you. And if you know it's not good for you, stay away from it, man.
And being a Libra is kind of hard because you want to please everybody.
You know,
so trust me, I know I'm a Libra, so I know.
You want to take care of
you want to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
And then you there like,
people learn that about you, and they
take advantage.
And they take advantage. Like, oh yeah, Vina going to do it. And it's like, it'd be that one day, and I'm like, no. And it's like, you're the worst person.
You're mean. Yep.
All right, cool. No problem, you know? So yes, I'm just trying to stay me.
Yeah.
In the chaos.
I love it. I love that message. We're definitely putting that out there because so many people need to hear that, especially our younger generation. So I think that's amazing. Yeah. We don't see that often, you know, especially in the music industry.
Yeah.
So I like that. So let's talk about your dad a little bit, right? So how does being the daughter of a prominent figure in the music industry has impacted your journey and like finding your identity?
Hey, Daddy. It's done a lot for me. I feel it's done a lot for me in ways that I don't even think people think. I don't mean it's done a lot for me in terms of like connections and things like that. I think it's done a lot for me in terms of my process of how I'm going through this. Like, when I look at my dad's career, I don't know scandal. Like, I never seen my dad in something like crazy scandalous or like, your dad's a rapist, or like, you know, your dad's sex trafficked. Like, I've never gone through none of those crazy, like, no shade, you know what I'm saying? Because that's worldwide things. People whose dads who's not celebrities,
right now.
they go through that. But I've never gone through that with my dad, and I just watched him be stern. Like, this is what I said. Like, this is what I want. This is what I'm doing. You think it's whack, I think it's fire. Oh, well. Like, seeing him be that way all the time, of course it hurt in certain areas. I'm a daughter.
Right.
But watching him just be true to what he wanted, I knew that I could do that. Right. Like, I could have that for myself. Because here he is, about to be 60, and he's still the same way.
Right.
And he's still making money, and he's still kicking free, and they still booking him for shows. And like, so well, why can't I do it? Right. So it's done a lot for me in that sense. I think in terms of the actual industry itself, I feel like some people are afraid of dealing with me. They don't really know, like, is her dad involved? I don't want to step on his toes. I don't want to disrespect him. I don't want to. So I take heed to that, understand that, and that just make me go harder. Like, it's a little harder for me because I got to break through those doors. And a lot of people don't even know, like, I keep my dad as far away from my career because in his mind, he thinks I did it. Like, he thinks I did the work. And I just feel like I could push myself a little further before I drag him into what I got going on, because I also want the respect as an artist and not just his daughter. Right. So it's like, if I really do it, you're going to look at me like an artist. Like, all right, I could sit in the studio with you and we could share ideas and I won't feel like I'm talking to my dad. So it's really just a me thing. But I do feel like the industry wants me to use my dad for everything. But then if I came out like that, nobody would have respected me. Right. So it's like, no matter what you do, it's always going to be an opinion.
Mean, yes. There's always
doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think I like what you said. I think you have a really great role model. Of course, your mom, you know, but your dad staying true to himself in the industry and still making it as far as he's made it and is still doing it. I think that's a good example of what you believe in and what you believe in for yourself and what you're trying to do, which is keep your own authentic image.
Yes.
So I like that. So let's talk about Party. So what inspired you to create the song Party?
So
And the video and Spo.
Okay, yes,
'cause I love
yes.
the video too.
So I made Party actually. I was working with a producer a couple years ago. We was writing a project for Rihanna. We was writing like 5 songs. And when we were finished, we still like had like time left over. Like we were still in the studio. And he started playing the bass line of Candy. I was like, damn, that's hard. Like that's so fire. This is years ago though. Like I was a baby. And I remember like I wrote to it, we recorded it. I was like, yo, this is so dope. And then he and I started working and I never did anything with the song. And then years go by and now everybody's sampling everything. Right. And I'm like, yo, I was staying so far away from this because I knew how much it cost. And now it was just like a free world. So I was like, let me just do the song over. So we did the song over. Shout out to my producer, Wells NYC. And we made it happen. Like he's 19. He don't even know what Candy is. So when I played it for him and he did it so fluently, I was like, all right, yeah, this is a good move. Like, let's do it. And then the video, I was just like, no shade. But every time you see all the girls, it's just booty cheeks, coochie lips, titties. This like it's just like, all right, we need that, but not that. Like let's have that in a more relaxed setting, like in a where the girls could just come. You don't got to be the most glamorous. You got on jeans and a t-shirt, but just be vibey. Like don't come around and be weird. And that was my main thing for the video. Like the video was more than a video. It was networking for other girls. Like it was like, all right, you don't know her. Everybody come to this location. Everybody come to this set, and it ended up feeling like a get together of girls that just wanted to enjoy their night. And then we happened to get a video out of it, like
and that's exactly how it looks. It looked like a bunch of real girls doing fun things, and I loved it. I really
everybody
loved
was
it.
different. Like it wasn't no like I only want this type of woman. Like it was like come as you are. Like I don't care if you got an afro. I don't care if your hair braided. I don't care what it is. Just come as you and just come have a good time. And we made it happen. Shout out to Wave Change. We went in for editing. I think we shot both scenes in one day. Shout out to the Lack Lab, the Pink Stop. We shot both scenes in one day. We started editing like 2 days later, and we got through it. Yes. It was fun, really, really fun.
So what do you want people to take away from that song? Like, what's your message in your song?
Well, the message in the song is, when you're in a relationship, everything's not gonna be peaches and cream all the time. We're not gonna agree on everything, and some days I might wake up with an attitude, and I might not want to have that conversation. We're human. With that being said, that doesn't mean that I got to cheat on you. Right. That doesn't mean that we got to break up. We probably just need some space. Like, I need to go outside with my friends. You need to go do whatever you do when you're doing it. And trust that I'm going to come home and there ain't no story. I didn't cheat on you. I ain't violate you. Like, I was just with the girls. I was just kicking it. Right. And also saying I shouldn't even have to say all of that. Like, so that's what the song is about. Like, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to go out with my friends and I see you when I get home. Right. Simple.
I love it. That's going to be my anthem. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't ask no questions. I'm just having a good time. I love that. I love it though. I love the video. I love the concept. I love everything about it. And it's crazy that you did that song back then, but now it feels so fresh. Yep. Yeah, it feels so fresh. So I love that you were able to do that. So what is next in music for you?
Yeah, I'm tired. I can't.
Let me make it better for you. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I can answer both. So 5 years from now, I don't know. And I kind of stopped doing that to myself. Mm-hmm. I'm learning to live in my moments.
Yes.
I'm learning to live like right now because I really risk. Yes. And we tend to pack everything in our heads at one time. So thinking 5 years from now, I might have a stroke.
Right.
Because I'm doing so much day to day that I can't, But just in general, 5 years, I would definitely hope to, be financially in a place where I'm doing better things with my family. I'm able to, just send some of my family members to therapy, my grandmother, whatever health thing she needs to fix, clear up, whatever my mom needs to pay for. Like all of those kind of things, I would want that to be kind of squared away, like the last thing on my mind in 5 years. Whether that's from music or
whatever else,
yeah, because we're doing so much. For music, what's next? So much. Like, it's so much going on. I've been making all these years we've been making so much music, but now we're finally in a place where we're putting it into places. Yeah. Like, this is a project. These are singles. This is this is that. So I feel really good about that. And musically, prepare to be confused. Right. Prepare to be as thrown off as possible.
I love
Every
that.
single is completely different than the last. No song sounds the same. No genre is the same. It's all different. And it feels good to just come out like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want you to be confused about your confusion. You know what's going on. Like, you know what's going on here. So the next song is Brag. I'm not going to talk too much on it because I really just wanted to come out and people just take it how they want because I'm a little self-conscious about it too. It's different. But I'm excited.
Yes,
April
I'm excited
12th.
for you.
Yes. April 12th, new song, new video.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to listen to it. So, okay, so as an artist, you've been in the U.S., you've been in this country. So before we wrap it up, I do want to talk about what you intend to do, like with your intellectual property and portfolio. Mm-hmm. I know we got some stuff cooking with, shout out to Excel in the building. Yes. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So, I headlined my first show at SOB's, I want to say 2018, around that time, 2018, 2019. And XL was the person that made this happen. And we I think some years went by and I feel like, when somebody works with you and they really like you, no matter what they do, they still check for you. Right. And I respect people like that. Like just to check in like, yo, you good? Or if they got a business venture, they make sure they hit management like, yo, I got this for Vina. I respect that. And XL has always been that. And recently he was like, yo, I did something. I tried it out and it worked. Right. Now I need you to help me take it, but it's for you too. So basically the goal is to, everything we're doing here in the States, everything we're doing in New York, all this noise we're making, is like we're going on this golden hamster wheel of just like doing the same thing, same shows, same people, same this, same feature. And it's like, why not branch out to other places? Not the States, though. We've done that. Let's get to the other countries. They, have the money. They have the resources. And it's, why not? Why not see the world? Why not branch out to other people that have never heard your sound before? So what we're doing is we're taking people with us to Dubai this October. And it's also my birthday month, our birthday month. Hold on, chill out. And usually my birthday is surrounded by all this hype. I usually do something really big, but I think this time it's so important to bring artists, entrepreneurs, bring other people, like other influencers overseas with us and do these shows and get the content and meet people and make more connections so we can come back out there and go to other countries and all of these kind of things. So it's a group effort though. And I think that's what makes this place so, I'm not gonna say so difficult, but a little scary for people because you have to, it has to be a group effort. You have to want to go. You have to want to do it. You have to believe in what we're doing. And I believe in XL so much because I watched him do it. I seen it. I seen the footage. I've seen everything. So I'm just excited to take what he has and maximize it so much more than what he can imagine. So I'm excited. And if you're watching this, come to Dubai.
Tap in. Yes.
Come to Dubai.
I love it. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, XL and I have been talking and, we built a partnership. So I'm appreciative for him for that too. So it's going to be an exciting time. And I think that, like you said, just expanding your portfolio, investing in your intellectual property, your NIL. And we're going to talk a lot about that at tomorrow's event as well.
Yes.
I think that's so important because, like you said, it's a hamster wheel, right? We're in the country, we're doing the same things, tapping into the same markets, the same networks and things like that. We have to expand. We have to think about expansion. Like we always have to think about what's next. Right. That's why I love that you said, be prepared to be confused with your album because you're thinking outside the box. Yeah. So you're creating all of this different type of dope music. And I think that that's what we should think about in business in general. And as artists, sometimes, it's hard to expand to your fullest extent in the United States. So I love it. I'm excited. And thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And y'all, like before I go, a little word of advice. It's a lot going on right now, y'all. Like a lot more than what is necessary and a lot more than we can actually account for. So the best thing to do right now is to ground yourself. Like put your 10 toes in some grass. I'm being literal. Go to a park, touch some grass, hug a tree, and take a moment and really process yourself. Not everything going on around you. Process yourself and really figure out where you want to be and move forward on that, y'all. Just take some time for yourself. Everything's not a rush. Everything's not a hurry. Take a minute. Take a breather. I promise you it'll do so much more for you. Y'all don't know how many times I almost went to jail, okay? So just take a minute.
I love that.
Take a breather. And y'all gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right.
Right.
Well, thank you. That was the
Thank
best way
you.
to close this.
Yes.
Because you are right. It's so much going on. It's overwhelming.
Yes.
And all of the stuff we're hearing in the news, and it's just, Lord, we don't know what's going on out here. But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, y'all. I loved it. If you don't know me, follow me on the gram, VINALOVE. Get all my music on all streaming platforms. Go listen to Party. Okay,
Yes.
it's a big thing. And watch my videos, y'all, because I direct them. Me and my mama direct them. My mama dresses me. And we do all the editing. So there's a lot of, work going into it. So definitely tap in and let me know how you feel about it. And yeah, follow me on the gram.
Woo!
Yeah.
I love it. All right. The Harlem Princess in the building.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking out the time and
Thank you
sitting
for
with us.
having
We
me.
really appreciate you. It's
Thank
so
you for
great to
having
see
me.
you
Yeah.
again. Yes.
Yes, right?
And the growth and everything. I
We
love
about
it.
to be in Dubai, y'all. Hey.
So excited. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode of Sip Fearlessly. Ow. Shout out to Bakila for the sponsorship. Shout out to Domestic Studios. Shout out to DWI. And it's a wrap, y'all.
Shout out to Vina Love.
Thank you.